Friends, I hope you're doing well. I'm making you a little improvised video because I was at the Norbegring, and in the stories, you often ask me if I could make a video for you. Want to know how things work at the Nürburgring, how to drive there, the costs, and get a quick tour? I'll show you. Look, we're here. I'm almost getting run over by an M3. Guys, I just want to say that if you want to support me for all these videos, you need to get your ultimate excuse. Let me remind you, the "It's Not My Job" t-shirt is available here on my website, which I put in the video description and as the first pinned comment. Take advantage, as this may soon be replaced by a new model. You'll also find hoodies and other t-shirts on the website. Treat yourself. It gives me strength, and for you, it lets you gear up in case someone criticizes you, making it clear to them that it's not your job. So, this is an improvised video, like I told you. Right now, we're in the parking lot at the exit of Norby. So, it's very simple. Basically, the cars you see coming in over there are coming back. They've finished their lap. The cars in the back, including the yellow E90, are about to start their lap. We'll get to that in a moment. So basically right here, we're in the waiting parking lot. You'll see wild things like right in front of me. Wait, before I misspeak, it's an M3, the newest one, G series. These cars have aerodynamic features everywhere. That's important to know. And you'll see everything makes sense here. For example, to learn this, well, it's not the best example, but it's still pretty extreme. I'll show you. That is, all the cars you see here with aerodynamic add-ons, if you put them in the south of France, they'd look like jackies. Except here, look. For example, this little M2, which has a totally crazy bumper and semi-slick tires. You can see it's simply equipped for grip. It has a carbon hood, is stripped out, and has long polycarbonate windows. Let me show you the interior. We're not here to mess around. It has likely pole position seats, a stripped interior, a spoiler, and a roll cage. It's completely unbelievable. The worst part is these cars are street legal with license plates. It also features a carbon fiber trunk. If you place it here, you'll see an M2 with a similar spoiler. Like I said, in Paris, the south of France, or anywhere else, it would look tacky. But here, you can tell these guys came to break records. We have a Porsche 997 Gran Turismo 3 here, and it seems we're at the track entrance. They're selling Yaris GRs in packs of 10. There are a ton of Yaris GRs. Look at this one, it has a roll cage, modified rims, and even bucket seats. People here are really into it. Ricardo's back in front at pole position, aiming to break lap records. He's adjusting his tire pressure. We're not here to mess around. That's very impressive. Check out the Porsche Gran Turismo, several M3, E46S, and a lot of Hyundais. They love the Hyundai i30N. There's also a new Mini Grand Prix, which is cool. I really like it, surprisingly. But that's about it. Consider this Scirocco. In France, it's seen as a show-off car, but here it's just a car on the road. Check out its condition, guys. Semi-slick tires, body kit, stripped spoiler, long macro window. Look at the steering wheel inside, it's just crazy. And these are cars that drive on the road. Look at this hood, this front end, it's just pure madness. And that's really something you only see north of the river. And same here, we have a little M3 E46 with a spoiler. It's the same. Tell me honestly in the comments, be honest, really be honest, guys. Would you put a spoiler like that on your BMW M3 E46 in France? No, I don't think so. Honestly, me neither. Maybe I couldn't own it. But here, everything actually makes sense. Even a slightly modified Golf Grand Touring injection with bucket seats and a roll cage is crazy. The cars here are totally insane. I've been here for a week now, and I have to admit, it's really hard mentally to stay stable. Let's just say, with everything you see here, it really gives you some very, very, very bad ideas. So, as I was saying, this is the parking lot where people who come back from their lap let their cars cool down. They come, they park. Actually, there's a constant movement. Lots of cars coming, leaving, parking, and returning to the track if you stay here. So, you have a constant parade of cars. Here, it never stops. Over there, look. We have a small screen that shows you several pieces of information. Track and ambient temperature, humidity, and rainfall in millimeters per hour. You'll also find the track schedule, the number of cars on the track, and the number of motorcycles. It's really not bad. Like I said, it's all about setting lap times here. We're not here to mess around. Look again, a little M2 with big brakes in the front, modified rims, roll cages, seats that have been removed. It's crazy. And above all, there's something very important to mention, which is that there's a certain atmosphere here. That is to say, it's very friendly. Everyone comes to talk to each other. Everyone comes to enjoy themselves. Everyone comes to discover each other's cars. No one is showing off. Has anyone been revving their engine? No, the cars are rumbling, but no one is revving. accelerating hard or playing loud music. It's very respectful. We're in Germany, and I like that. We're in one of the few places left in Europe with genuine passion for cars. Not just for making noise and being seen driving a big car. Here, people don't care whether you have a Clio one with a roll cage or the latest M3 with a roll cage. Everyone comes together, sharing the same passion. Unfortunately, I think it's one of the last places in Europe where you can still feel this atmosphere and sensation. And I'm telling you honestly, coming back is going to be hard. Coming back is going to be hard. I really want to stay here. It's very complicated. Look, it's the same, this little C Activise that just parked next to me with big brakes, bucket seats, a roll cage. It's totally crazy. A little Clio Renault Sport, same thing. You can see that he's really here to break lap records. I really wanted to try to show you this atmosphere, because look at this M2 again, it's crazy. Actually, I'm amazed by how should I put it? The guts of the owners to go and customize this kind of car that's already worth 50,000 bucks. The guy said, let's strip it, add a roll cage, and turn it into a ring tool, since cars here are called ring tools. All right, let's keep going nice and easy. As I said, people finish their lap and go behind the building, which is the restaurant and bar. We have Blichstein here, so let's keep going. Either you go left onto the track and you're back on the circuit, or you go right and then you leave the circuit. And the atmosphere, of course, oh look, a little sky. The atmosphere goes way beyond the circuit, of course. It's the same. Everything stays on the trees around the circuit. Oh, a small Ferrari. I can't tell what it is. I don't know much about Ferraris. But like I was saying, even on the trees around the circuit, everything is safe, everything is clean, everything is calm. No chaos. Everyone's driving calmly, so there's no risk of being run over. That's what matters most. To continue with the program, I suggest we go for a ride with my friend Sasha in his Mini. Let's go find him. Same thing, you see. These are rental cars that different companies actually offer all around the track. I rented a Golf Grand Touring injection in Club Sport trim. Here it is. You can rent, for example, this little F30, which is a 328 equipped with roll cages, racing seats, and everything, for the modest sum of 300 or 400 euros. 2 laps is reasonable. Over there, it's the same. The Golfs from Apex are the same car I rented. And it's not bad because it's all inclusive, so it's pretty smart for your wallet. That way you can avoid any problems. Wow, that M4 looks exactly the same. So crazy. And it's private individuals driving these on the road, let me remind you. It's completely insane. Completely insane. The entrance to the track, just so you understand, costs 30 euros. 30 euros per lap. You get a full lap for 30 euros. No track insurance since it's a road, but license plates are required. You can't drive just anything on it. Other than that, well, now I suggest we get in for the lap. Ben went to the park again, but we're not riding with him. Why aren't we? Well, because that's part of the game, actually. The ring just closed due to an accident. So now, the track closed 20 minutes before the end of the schedule. So maybe we'll see tomorrow if he'll do a shot for you. Otherwise, unfortunately, the video will end here. Friends, we'll meet again tomorrow. The track closed 15 minutes early due to an accident. I couldn't bring you, but that's fine. It's the next day and we can continue the video. So there's something I hadn't told you about either, and that's the ring taxis. Ring taxis are actually cars that you get into as a passenger, and you go for laps with a driver. A professional driver. The whole thing lasts about an hour. So basically, I call them vomit cars. And take a look at the kind of cars you usually see as ring taxis. They're often very modern cars. For example, here's an M3 G Series. You book your lap, ride as a passenger, and they can even take people in the back. 3 passengers. You go in with friends, have a rough time, come out, throw up, and feel happy. If your budget allows, check out what's being set up. You can rent this kind of ring taxi. And here, these are straight-up race taxis. A small Porsche 911 and 991, I think. Gran Turismo. 3, so that's pretty nice too. And there are also M5S, M5CS. There's quite a lot of stuff. We're in the parking lot waiting 20 minutes for the track to open. We're about to see more Ring Freak cars. Ring Freak is a car rental company. This is a fully modified 325i featuring a racing seat. That's nice. I probably should have rented that instead of the Golf. It's cool, but be careful. You have to pay. We checked prices. It was 280 euros for 2 laps and track access. Fuel included, so you get on the track and everything is included. But you do have to pay a deposit. With the Golf, I paid a 30,000 euro deposit. So if I crashed the car and it was totaled, I'd owe 30,000 euros. If I had a fender bender or similar incident, I had to pay repair costs up to 30,000 euros. Look, here comes the famous Ring Taxi M5 CS that just arrived. This one is really incredible. So it's the very latest 5 Series in the M version and the CS version as well, which will be used as the ring taxi. So generally he's the first to leave. He's always among the first. I think it's kind of a tradition here to send off the ring taxis first, to really offer the maximum sensations. To have minimal traffic on the track, I think the driver must really have some guts. Being in there with your friends must be quite an experience. You can also spot another M3 race taxi. Pretty cool. I wouldn't pay for it myself since I like to drive, but it's worth trying. You'll see it, or maybe you already have. I don't remember when we're going to release the video, but I had the pleasure of taking a ride with Michel Charoudin, and honestly, that was pretty cool, because thanks to him, I was able to see what it's like to ride with a driver on the ring, and it was still very intense. Here comes the second ring taxi. 992, I think. Excuse me, Porsche fans. I was 3. Yes, it's definitely a 992. I was 3, so it's the same ring taxi. You ride as a passenger, get tossed around for a few minutes, then step out feeling dizzy. That's the usual plan. You also asked me quite a few questions about the traffic rules on the ring. We're about to take a lap with my colleague in the Mini Cooper John Cooper Works. We'll show you that the ring's traffic rules are much like those on regular roads. So, first rule, we don't overtake on the right, just like on an open road. You must have a license plate, and you're not required to wear a helmet, just like on the road, actually. Of course, when you want to signal to someone who wants to overtake you, you constantly check your rearview mirror, and you put on your right turn signal to tell them, "Go ahead, it's okay. I saw you. You can overtake me." It's important to do this to keep traffic flowing, especially for people arriving in Basel. You don't want to mess up their turn, right? Here, you can feel that the tension is slowly rising. Because, look, you have all the taxis over there. People are arriving and getting into their cars, engines starting. It's really nice. We're 15 minutes away from the track opening, and basically it's going to get trashed for the next 2.5 hours. That's it, everyone. It's 5 o'clock and we're ready. I'm here with Sasha and his Mini. So, as you can see, that's the line to get into the track. There are a lot of people lining up to watch how things go too. See what I meant? It's like a toll barrier. The barrier lifts up. People use the card they've credited beforehand. It's a card you can buy online, and you add credit to it. There, you see, that's it. See, he's going through just like that. Scan, just like that. And the barrier, huh? And the barrier doesn't want to open. Well then, come on. There was a problem. It happens to us too. The barrier wouldn't open because we only added 30 euros to his account, thinking it covered the whole week. But even on Friday, actually, it's considered the weekend. And so on the weekend, the rate is 35 euros. And during the week, it's 30 euros. So right now, it's Friday evening, and it's the weekend for the Germans. So it's 35 euros. So we're going to show you the crossing again. We're at the barrier, but it's a different one this time. Oh, yeah. And there you go. It beeps. Click. And the barrier goes up, and that's it. Now we can go to the ring. So here, very important, you have to respect the entry. You really need to stay between the cones. Don't mess around with that. All right, let's go. Acceleration, straight line. As I said, don't overtake on the right. Always check your mirrors for a fast-approaching Gran Turismo, 3 Renault Sport. And if that's the case, you move over. I'm not going to show you the whole lap because, oh, those compressions, I have a hard time getting used to them. I don't know, it's pointless, but that's it. Now we have 8 to 10 minutes of pure fun. There you go. Like, for example, here, you put your Clio over, and you let the Gran Turismo 3 Renault Sport pass you calmly. There you go, he's not in the same league. Subtitling by ST. And here, look, a delicate S14. So, you see why it's actually very important to look into its Clios? Damn, it's horrible to film. Because as a result, there are supercars and big rides that can show up at any moment. And if we don't let them pass, well, crazy things can happen. See the S2000, she saw it, she lets him pass. It's very complicated to film. A carousel pass. Now we're going to dive. Hop. Oh, damn. Hop, hop. Oh, wow, it's a mess. Don't do this with a car that might leak oil. It tilts so much. You'll ruin everything. Oh, and please avoid the curbs for me. The same applies. When you first visit the ring, forget everything you learned in the simulator. It looks nothing like Forza or reality. Nothing about it resembles real life. The Spartan Tower track is intense. Everything's open, so it puts a lot of pressure on you. Try to come with someone familiar with the track to guide you, or you'll likely go off track on your first lap. If you crash on the first lap, it's a very dangerous track. We're coming up to the second carousel, which is much smoother. The second one, you can take it with almost anything. much smoother. Damn. That's wild. It's smoother, but not with the steering wheel. And so, afterwards, on the straight line, there are those who don't let go, and there are those who will cool down. I still recommend that you let the car cool down. There you go, it's over. Happy? Yes, it's sporty. Well, my friends, with those words, I hope you enjoyed this video and that it will be useful to you. If you haven't already, you know what you need to do. Subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video. Bye!